You better be asking questions at the end of your PT school interview. Better the question, better you stand out. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the top 11 questions that you should ask or add to your notes so that you can stand out and leave a memorable impression. Let's get into this. Lego. What's up, you guys? My name is Dr. Live for Change, Justin Lee, physical therapist. I'm a PT school admission expert, and I help students that are not confident get accepted into physical therapy school the first time. This video is one of many in the physical therapy school interview series that I have on YouTube. If you haven't checked out my other videos on this series, I really encourage you, if you want to stand out, be confident, and get accepted into physical therapy school during the interview. There's a link of that series in the description below. So you always want to make sure you ask at least one, maybe two, questions at the end of your interview. This is your last and final chance to leave that impressionable punch so that they can remember you. You know, it's like when you write your personal statement and you go all the way to the conclusion. You have such a great essay, you get to the conclusion, and if it's whack, then whoever's reading it is gonna be like, oh, that kind of sucked. Next. But if you had a great introduction, great body paragraph, and that conclusion ends with a punch, they're gonna remember you and be like, okay, this personal statement is great. We're gonna give it 10 out of 10 points. The interview is the same way. If you have a great interview and at the end you don't have any questions, you're literally shooting yourself in the foot. So make sure you take notes, because these 11 questions that you should ask at the end of your PT school interview are gonna be killer, baby. Now, I just want you to know that, hey, the questions that I'm gonna go through today, I do have a free downloadable worksheet in the description below. So please make sure you download that, add those to your notes, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about some extra things that you can add to help you stand out. Okay, so here are the top 11 questions that you should ask at the end of your interview. Of course, you shouldn't ask all 11 of these, but 1 to 2 are perfectly fine. Number 1, what is the program doing to continue to improve the success of its students? Number 2, what is the student-professor relationship like? Number 3, how do professors help students when they are struggling to learn classroom concepts? Number 4, what does it take for a student to fail out of the program? Are there multiple chances to fix behavior, or is it a hard fail? Number 5, what are the volunteer opportunities that this program participates in? Number 6, does this program participate in pro bono clinics? And do students get to be a part of that? Number 7, what are the research opportunities? Number 8, do professors participate in active research? Number 9, what would your program pride itself on? What are its strengths? Number 10, what does a student's life/habits have to look like to be successful in your program? Number 11, during my research of your program, I noticed blank. Could you share more about that? Now, these 11 questions, for the most part, are all open-ended questions, meaning they're not supposed to answer with a yes or a no, but they are open-ended so they can elaborate on these types of things. This will give you not only good information as to which program would be the best fit for you, because hopefully you have different options. I know you're like, oh, Justin, I just want to get into one program, which is totally fine. But if you have the opportunity and luxury to be able to choose different programs, these are the questions that you want to ask to help you get a better understanding of this, if this school would be a good fit for you. Okay? Secondly, these questions will help the interview panel to look at you and be like, wow, he really cares, or she really cares about their success, or really cares about our program, or they have really done a lot of research. This is very impressive, and I will remember her because she asked these types of questions. Now, bonus for y'all, during your interview, let's say you're giving your responses, they kind of chat back and tell you a little bit more about them. Usually the professors will give a quick introduction of who they are and some of their bios, which you should have already done your research on. there's always a great opportunity to follow up and ask a question about what was discussed in the interview, right? So at the end, if you're going through these questions and you're like, this one doesn't really resonate with me, you can always think of a question during the interview and then ask that at the end. Now here's a bonus tip for y'all. Go with these questions written down on your notes when you go to interview. If you have a virtual one, keep it on the side. If you're going into the interview, make sure you have these down. There is absolutely no problem, and it is not awkward, and it does not it's not a negative thing where if you come in with these prepared notes to ask them. It shows that you're prepared, professional, that you actually care. Like you come in with the notepad, right? You do your interview and they say, do you have any questions for us? Oh, well, actually I do. Pull that thing out, turn the page. Actually, I was wondering, what are the research opportunities like? Okay? These little things make an absolute difference. It's a subtle difference, but it's gonna have you stand out when you ask these thought-provoking questions, and it's gonna give you a good understanding if this program is a great fit for you or not. I'm so excited, guys. Hey, quick question for y'all. Please comment below any one of these questions that you found to be most relevant and helpful to you, and you're like, hey, I'm actually gonna use that question. If you can, please make sure you download the link in the description to get this free PDF worksheet so that you can be best prepared for your PT school interview. Every day is a great day to lift weights, lift others, and lift yourself up. Stay lifting, stay aloha. God bless. Have a great one, you guys.